This is France, historically a superpower and currently the world's 7th largest economy. Geography plays a significant role here, and if I were to ask you which countries share borders with France, your answer might be Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, and Andorra. If I asked about France's longest border, you might guess Spain or Belgium. However, it's actually with Brazil across the Atlantic Ocean. Might be because you're looking at a map of mainland France. But discussing France's total area includes Pacific Islands, dense forests in South America, Canadian coastlines, and small islands in the Indian Ocean, all of which are part of France. Not only that, but 14 African countries are also indirectly under French control due to ties in resources, languages, and financial systems. Even these countries' currencies are fixed to the French euro. About 100 years ago, France looked quite different. The French Empire controlled 10% of the world's land area. From Africa to Southeast Asia, French currency was widely used. France has always been Europe's most populous country. Until the 17th century in Europe, 1 in 5 people was French. But then, wars and the French Revolution claimed about 2 million lives. In World War I, another 1.2 to 1.3 million French died, greatly. To address this, in the 1960s and 70s, France kidnapped thousands of children from islands and brought them to mainland France to boost their declining population. We'll discuss the French Empire in a separate video. In today's video, we'll see how France's geography made it such a rich, powerful, and developed. France is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean Sea. It is the only European country to have at least a time access to 2 seas, one the North Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. This is also discussed later in the... But first, let's look at what kind of border the mainland France countries are with the countries. If we consider the GDP of the neighboring countries of France, if you mention on the map, you will notice the wealth that is circulating around France. When so much money is circulating in your neighborhood, its effects on you. Well, now let's talk about the core geography of France. Most of all, first, if we zoom in on the house side of France, then here is France. And between the border of Spain is the Pyrenees mountain range. Due to this mountain, France has always received a natural protection from the southern side, 8th century. When the Muslims occupied Spain in 1500 BC, their next target was France, and from here he wanted to go further to Europe, but crossing this mountain is it was a difficult task. The Muslim army reached this flat area. Hey, but the Pyrenees range was quite challenging for him. He couldn't conquer France. Obviously, there were many other factors, but geography played a very important role. Likewise, on the southeastern side of France along the border with Italy are the Alps. The Alps is the highest mountain range in Europe, and it extends over 8 countries. Because of these mountains, half of the east side of France is safe, and the rest on the east side is protected by the Rhine River. It separates France and Germany, so only northern area remaining, which is completely flat, and historically this is the border where Germany attacked France 3 times, firstly in 1870, then in 1914, and finally in 1939 during World War II. Apart from this, France is protected by natural defenses on all sides. If we were to look into the northwestern side of France, this area is economically very critical for France, where all the trade from northern Europe comes through the English Channel to Celtic Sea, then crosses Bay of Biscay and finally reaches the Strait of Gibraltar. From here, it goes to the Middle East and Asia via the Suez Canal. The English Channel is the world's busiest sea junction, and France is right above this. Similarly, France is Europe's only country with access to both the North Sea and Mediterranean. That's why, for Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, and Netherlands, the easiest route to trade with Asia and Middle East is through France. Mediterranean access is another advantage. Another benefit is that France can easily ship goods to three regions. First, through Gibraltar Strait to America. Second, it can easily trade with all Black Sea countries from here. Third, it can trade with all Eastern and Middle Eastern markets via the Suez Canal. The biggest advantage is that goods from Asia and Middle East arriving at St. Louis Port can be easily transported via the Rhine River to central France and other European countries. Similarly, the entire western side of France borders the Atlantic Ocean, giving it direct access to North and South America. Now, if we return to the English Channel, Britain lies on the western side of France. The world's sixth largest economies, these two countries have built a railway tunnel to boost trade connecting Folkestone in the UK to London and Calais in northern France. From there, an extensive rail network extends to Paris. A railway line from Belgium also connects to this network, linking Central Europe to Britain via France. France's final geographical advantage is its extensive river system. France's major rivers are connected to its large cities, ensuring ample water supply. Additionally, the land is highly fertile, making France Europe's third largest agricultural exporter. These rivers give France access to Ukraine's. After that, France also has the second largest agricultural land, and the second largest energy source is the electricity generated from these rivers. So all in all, these factors together make France's geography very ideal. Even if we talk about the islands in the Indian Ocean, France has maintained a heavy military presence on these islands, and the reason for that is that it not only protects its trade from here, but also keeps a close eye on the geopolitical situation developing in the Middle East and Southeast Asia. So these were some amazing facts about the geography of France. If you like such map animated geography related videos, then at the end of the video you will find a link to playlists related to the geography of Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Mexico, Mongolia. From there you can watch all these videos. Do subscribe to the channel and keep suggesting topics in the comments. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care, Allah Hafiz.